What's up? Welcome to part 2. Now, assuming that you guys actually ended up smashing the like button, or I was just feeling nice and decided, hey, you know what, let me just throw them a bone. They were close, then you guys are probably getting this video. But yeah, this video is actually one of the funnest videos I've recorded in a while. It's actually pretty funny. I think, you guys might think it's completely bad and like it might be like little crickets in the background, but regardless though, this video is actually a lot of fun and I do hope you guys are going to enjoy it. If you do, like always, leave a comment down below and I'll make sure to try to get back to you. Anyways, let's get started.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Eventually, they make their way towards Tazana's house, and the day would come where they end up having the meeting with, Zabuza and Haku, and they end up having the rematch. But I'm not even about to sugarcoat this, guys. Naruto pretty much goes in, and he would catch Haku, because like when he ends up arriving onto the scene, he would have already saved Inari and his mother. Not to mention, Naruto would walk in, seeing, Sasuke inside of the Crystal Mirror Jutsu, Sharingan active because he needed to, Haku forced it out of him, and Naruto just steps in and is like, all right, Sasuke, I guess I'll help you out a little bit, right? He proceeds to essentially rush in at such speeds that, when Haku was switching mirror, Naruto just grabbed Haku by the shirt and threw him outside of the crystal mirrors. And Haku would be like, what? You caught me mid-air? Naruto's like, yeah, you were moving a bit slow. And after this, Naruto's like, so I figured I would put you down. From here, he goes on to run around Haku in circles so fast that the oxygen leaves the air, and Haku literally passes out because there was just no oxygen to come into his lungs. So he falls unconscious, and simultaneously, Kakashi was just about to pierce, Zabuza with a Chidori, but Naruto grabs, Kakashi's hand and he's like, hey, we don't gotta kill them. We should take them back into Konoha for questioning. From here, Kakashi agrees with Naruto, and Naruto goes on to smack Zabuza by the nape of the neck, just knocking him out unconscious, as, he then goes on to look towards Kakashi and he's like, all right, that's better. But from here, basically what ends up happening is we end up getting a situation where, the Gato's men just arrives, and Naruto just looks at Gato's men and he's like, huh, funny, you guys are gonna stop us or something? Like you guys are the dudes that are gonna come in and like save your allies or something? Naruto laughs and he's like, don't even bother, you're just gonna be making a fool out of yourselves. And Gato's like, men, kill the brat, whoever does it gets a million yen. And all of them rush in at Naruto and he's like, 1,000,000 yen? Hey, I'll do it myself. From here, he goes on to pretty much blitz all the guys and just knock them out. And he stands in front of Gato and he's like, I've heard about the things that you've done to these people. I think it should be left up to them what your fate is. He grabs Gato and throws him in front of all the villagers, and they all look at him with this death stare as Gato proceeds to he gets what he deserves. But just know that I can't exactly say what happens to Gato over this video, because if I do, I'm probably gonna get hit with a not so good letter from Zuzan from YouTube. But regardless though, we do jump back into them returning to Konoha, and once they're back, Naruto would finally be asked if he's finally willing to take the Chunin exams with his team by Hiruzen. And Naruto's just like, believe it. As from here, the team would all, just agree that they're ready, and Naruto's like, great, I'll see you guys then. As as basically what happens is they have their trials, right, where like they have to face off against like a shinobi pretending to be an enemy, and if they beat them, then they're allowed entrance into the Chunin exams. Now, I'm just going to be saying that they're able to do so and that it's not exactly difficult for them. They have a very, very easy time doing it in general. So, kudos to these guys. But basically what ends up happening is they finally make their way into the Chunin exams tower. And oh my god, guys, I literally cannot wait for Naruto to fight against Orochimaru. I'm sorry, I gotta speed lit. Sasuke still gets his ass absolutely whooped by Lee, and Naruto still has a speech because it's Naruto. Naruto. Come on now. But regardless though, they would be in the forest. Naruto gets attacked by a giant snake. Naruto proceeds to use a blade that he always carries with him to cut the snake's head off and then blitz back towards Team 7 before Sasuke even stabbed himself in the leg to try to use his pain to get over the fear that he was feeling towards Orochimaru. He, pushes him out of the way, and from here he goes back in front of Orochimaru, lightning crackling off of Naruto, as Naruto just thinks, I've always wanted to try this. From here, he proceeds to run around in a circle as Orochimaru just sees lightning moving, and eventually Naruto throws a lightning bolt at Orochimaru. Orochimaru is able to dodge out of the way, but Orochimaru would be stunned. He's like, how are you moving so fast? What jutsu is that? Is that the lightning cloak? Did the Raikage teach you? Naruto's like, lightning cloak? I don't need a lightning cloak. This is the speed force. As he blitzes Orochimaru, and Orochimaru's down on the ground in a second flat, with Orochimaru being like, how are you moving so fast? With him wondering if he's using the same jutsu that Minato once used, right? Naruto's like, nope, not using my dad's jutsu. I'm just fast. As from here, he begins to essentially pummel Orochimaru, punch, punch, kick, kick, punch, punch, just landing 1,000 punches on Orochimaru before he could even register what happened. And eventually Orochimaru has to shed his skin because that body is just destroyed from how many hits Naruto landed at super speed. And eventually, once he comes out of that body, Naruto would proceed to essentially run around the earth, coming back in literally 5 seconds, right? And I think it would even be less than that, but I'm not really positively sure. But he comes back after running around the earth, right? And he proceeds to land a super sonic punch. He punches Orochimaru in the face, and Orochimaru is sent flying. When I tell you Orochimaru is he's done for, I mean it. Naruto proceeded to absolutely obliterate Orochimaru. I mean, Orochimaru's head literally went flying off of his body. He's dead. He's obviously coming back, but he's dead for now, right? He's not going to be there to sabotage the Chunin exams with, the attack on Konoha or whatever, right? And that is a good thing, but it's also not really that good of a thing because actually, no, it's entirely a good thing because Hiruzen lives. And, as much as I don't necessarily enjoy Hiruzen and I don't really think that everything he did was perfect, I don't think that he was the bad character in general. So I think we're going to let that slide. But getting back into the story, what should happen? Right, so Naruto just defeated Orochimaru, and now he's gonna have to face the 1v1 battle, seeing as the team is all good. And when they get encountered by the Sound Shinobi, they don't get encountered by them because Naruto just takes his team straight to the tower after getting the scroll from Orochimaru. And after this, he pretty much just goes on to essentially face Kiba in the 1v1 battle. Naruto doesn't actually end up beating him via the method that he uses in canon, but instead, when Kiba uses the Fang over Fang on Naruto, Naruto stands there as he begins to make a bunch of after images, a bunch of them, a ton of them, and Kiba just begins trying to hit each one individually, and there's literally 20 around Kiba. As he tries to use the Fang over Fang on each one, he eventually tires himself out from using the jutsu, and he finally gets to hit the real one, but Naruto phases through Kiba, and Kiba goes flying into the wall, knocking himself and Kiba out from just straight up exhaustion. As Naruto from this point forward goes on to walk up towards the area where you can watch the rest of the battles, and Hinata goes up to him and she's like, Naruto, right? She begins to basically begin blushing and just giving him this ointment, just being classic Hinata. And Naruto looks at Hinata and he's like, oh, thanks, Hinata. But from here, basically what ends up happening is Naruto would go on to essentially just be like, I'll definitely be sure to use this if I get injured anytime. And Hinata just smiles, and then she says, Naruto, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for not saving you back then. When the lightning hit you, I was there, but she just didn't let me go help you or try to warn anyone. And Naruto would say, don't say anything, Hinata. It's fine. I understand it wasn't your fault. I kind of have some memories over what happened that day. It's also fuzzy though. Hinata smiles, and then she realized that she just talked to Naruto for as long as she did, right? And following this, she goes on to essentially just go dull in the face and be like, right. As, she goes on to essentially just continue, going with Kurenai, and the rest of the matches follow suit. Now, this time around, when Naruto sees Lee about to get his arm and leg crushed by Gaara's sand, I don't think in any world Naruto would let that happen whatsoever. Naruto in the original wished that he could have stepped in, but he just would have never been fast enough. This time, Naruto was way faster than anybody there, and so would be able to blitz in there and just like grab Lee and drag him out of there. And because he actually interfered with the match would be called and Lee would end up being the one who loses. And Naruto would actually get a warning for this, told that if he does that again, he's going to be disqualified from the Chunin exams. But Naruto says he doesn't care and that he would have done it again if he needed to, right? As after this, we then have the battle between Hinata and Neji, or I think it was actually before. But this time around, not only does Kakashi, Maikai, and all of them step in the way, but Naruto's one of the people who blitzes there, and he's the first one to actually arrive, pushing Neji back and, holding his both arms in place as Neji, is held off by Kakashi, Maikai, Kurenai, and all that stuff. And it's just so badass because Naruto's literally standing there as if he's one of the Jonin senseis. And, eventually Kurenai's like, you can let go of him, Naruto. Naruto's like, oh, right, my bad. And from here, he goes on to pretty much let go of Neji and say, don't you dare ever try to kill Hinata again. She's one of the only good people in this village anyways. As he walks off and Neji's like, good people, the Hyuga branch family are horrible, right? Just being absolutely mad just because it's like, oh, my dad's dead. I don't blame Neji. If my dad died, I'd also be pretty pissed. But regardless though, what ends up happening following this is essentially just a 1 month training arc. And during this 1 month, nothing really changes. I mean, Naruto just has a splendid time with Jiraiya. And because, they have just this really like identical personality, Naruto has an incredible time with Jiraiya. He ends up learning the summoning jutsu. And because Naruto is just so incredibly fast, he actually also ends up picking up the Rasengan because he's able to just create all the shadow clones and ends up just pretty much like creating the Rasengan in like a day, because it's like he absorbs information so fast, his brain works so fast that the ideas that Naruto came up with to perfect the jutsu would have came to him in literally like minutes. So yeah, Naruto would definitely be able to get that out of the way. And basically when it comes to his battle against Neji in the finals, I'm sorry Neji, but you're about to get curb stomped. Like, it's bad. Neji's about to get absolutely obliterated. I don't know what other like explanation I could use for what's about to happen to Neji, but just know, like, moment of silence for my boy Neji, please. Like, guys, we just have to pray for this man. Okay, moment of silence done. But anyways, Naruto pretty much just speed blitzes him and proceeds to essentially, just land so many blows on Neji that, he kind of mocks Neji's fighting style. He like hits him with his palms and stuff, and he's like 1,000 palms, right? And Neji just, he has to go straight to the infirmary, bro. Could you imagine getting punched 1,000 times in under a second? Bro, that's not fair. It's not fair. Naruto's already like way faster than Madara, like at the end of the arc. Like the final, he's already faster than everybody in the final bosses. Is Naruto strong enough to deal damage to those people is another question. But I think that his all around the world supersonic punch has something to say about that though. Regardless though, Naruto would definitely be very, very powerful, and because Orochimaru wouldn't be there to pose as the Kazekage, things would be a little weird because the Kazekage is not there. And because, the actual Kazekage is already dead at this point, nothing really ends up changing or anything like that, right? And so, the attack on the Hidden Leaf Village doesn't end up going like it does in canon. Hiruzen lives, and Naruto would be able to put a stop to Gaara so easily. Like, I mean, okay, let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever, like, you could just answer down below in the comments. I'll definitely be sure to check them this time. But have you guys ever seen the show The Flash on the CW? I think it's the CW, I'm not sure. But if you guys have ever actually taken the time out of your day to actually watch the show The Flash, then you guys would know that it's actually a very, very interesting show. The only thing that I never liked about it is just how much time it took Barry to defeat every enemy. Like, the enemy could have literally had let's say the enemy could have had like Mr. Freeze, right? Like Mr. Freeze, Dr. Cold, or Mr. Cold or whatever. Basically he is just human with a cold gun, bro. Like, that's one of his biggest threats, bro, he's faster than he is to like Flash is faster than he can pull the trigger. I don't understand why I was never able to just bam, knock the hand out of his hand, bam, give him a little bit of a B slap, and bam, throw him in jail. Just throw Leonard Snart in jail. Or even the other villains, like the guy who could create tornadoes. Like, bro, just punch him and knock him out before he even has a chance to do anything. That's pretty much what Naruto was able to do in this series, and is going to essentially do the entire time. Like, he's just gonna see, okay, that's a threat, I definitely got to take care of him. Bam, just punch, take him out. And because Naruto's living in a world where killing is actually acceptable, but he doesn't like killing, Naruto would be able to take advantage of things like that as well. So it's just like bro, it's just a bargain sale of like just Naruto being able to just defeat everybody, bro. Like, it's not fair. Literally, it's not fair. But that said, and all of that out of the way, we then jump into what would actually end up happening if Naruto was actually was actually able to go on the mission and pretty much retrieve Tsunade, right? Because, you know, even though the attack never happens, Hiruzen kind of just realizes that he's getting too old for this stuff, right? He's like, I'm too old for this, you know, SHIT. And, you know, he tells Jiraiya to go look for Tsunade, because if he doesn't want to become Kage, then she will, saying that he's not going to give the position to Danzo. So Naruto and Jiraiya end up wandering from town to town. Naruto doesn't use the Speed Force at all during this journey, just because he wants to enjoy the time that he has with Jiraiya, seeing as he does know he's his godfather. And so Naruto will just have a great time with Jiraiya. They're making memories together, they're learning things about each other, and Jiraiya wonders if he's even faster than his dad, with Naruto, you know, being like, I could run around the world, so I think I'm faster. Jiraiya's like, you're kidding. And Naruto proceeds to, in 5 seconds, just run around the world and, you know, come back and punch a tree, sending it flying miles away. With Jiraiya being like, all right, buddy, I believe you can run around the world, right? And so from here, Naruto essentially just goes on to eventually find himself inside of a motel. Naruto would be reading a couple of magazines. Now, don't ask me what kind of magazines they are, because I'm not going to tell you. But he would be reading some magazines, and it's at this moment that he would hear some knock on the door, right? It's just... But Naruto hears that, and he's like, what could that be, right? And so he goes to answer the door, only to see Itachi standing there and Kisame. And Naruto would be like, okay, yep, Itachi, two people wearing strange robes. And they immediately just tell him, you're coming with us, right? Naruto's like, no, I'm not. You got me effed up. And so from here, he proceeds to blitz past them, with Itachi and Kisame being shocked, and Kisame actually stabbing the after image that Naruto would have left behind, right? And once Kisame notices that that was an after image, he's like, holy hell, like, that kid is not a joke. So he immediately gets serious and is just not playing games, but he looks for Naruto and he can't find him. Like, Naruto literally already found Jiraiya by the time that, you know, Kisame and Itachi were there. And Naruto would be like, hey, Jiraiya, there's these two guys with clouds on their cloaks that just said that I have to go with them. Jiraiya's like, not if I have to say anything about it. And so, you know, Naruto goes to like an area where he sees the guys. And, you know, now he's standing there with Jiraiya next to him. And then Naruto's like, all right, what y'all boys gonna do now? I got backup. Now it's an even fight. So if you guys really want to do this, then I can make sure to take the trash out fast. You know, right? At this point, Kisame is like, sure thing, kid. And, you know, Itachi's like, come on, Kisame, we gotta go. And Naruto's like, you gotta go? Don't leave now. Is it that you gotta go because I'm here or because the old man's here? Because trust me, if you want to find out who the strongest one of us two is here, you're definitely in for a rude awakening. Because trust me, it's not the old man. From here, Kisame smiles and he's like, such confidence, as he proceeds to rush in at the direction of Naruto. And Naruto just has this demonic smile on his face, saying, so be it. As from here, he blitzes past Kisame, who would have tried to slash at Naruto, but Naruto, using a kunai, would just slash at Kisame's chest and leaving an X, as Naruto smiles once he passes him, and, you know, Kisame lands on the ground and he's like, it hurt, right? But Naruto would be like, X marks the spot, as Kisame is shocked, and Itachi himself is like, this kid, like, bro, what is going on, right? But Naruto from here goes on to appear behind Itachi. But as this happens, Naruto looks at Itachi's eyes. He already looked at him inside. So Itachi would definitely be able to place Naruto under a genjutsu, and Naruto would sit there punching at air while Itachi grabs Kisame and just dips out of there, right? Now, Kisame would pretty much be gritting his teeth like, that damn kid, I had no idea he was so fast, with Itachi saying that they should have retreated when they had the chance. And from here, Kisame says that he promises he's gonna kill that kid someday. As Itachi's like, I'm not sure you'll be able to. We need that brat alive. Kisame is like, I'll get him someday. And from here, they end up retrieving back to one of their hideouts, as Naruto and Jiraiya eventually find Tsunade, and because Orochimaru's still dead, he never approached her. So once they do find her, Naruto would be able to quickly just kind of like not really enjoy the disrespect that she gives to the Kage, and since she makes the deal of land one punch, Naruto just blitzes her and boop, punches her straight into the face, knocking her into a wall, as she gets right back up, and she's pissed, like she's royally pissed, and like she goes to try to punch Naruto with the 100 healing jutsu active, mind you, so she's extremely fast, but Naruto would dodge out of the way of each and every attack, and even with her using that strength and speed because she's drunk and angry, Naruto's just dodging it out of the way. He's predicting her move so easily, right? And he eventually just decides that enough is enough. So he grabs Tsunade and he pushes her into this like muddy puddle, right? And she gets up and he's like, damn kid. But from here, Naruto's like, you're too slow, as Tsunade comes in and she punches at the ground, and Naruto, like, he's trying to run, but the ground is broken, and he eventually acts like he's stumbling, and Tsunade's like, I gotcha, but Naruto just smirks and he's like, psych. He then begins to jump up into the air and run so fast that he's able to just hit the air and create like footholds for himself to fly, basically, like kind of like what Mike Guy did versus Madara in like the final battle. And Naruto would just be laughing, thinking to himself that yeah, she's done for. As from here, Tsunade goes on to be like, so you think you're quite special, huh? If you could land another punch now, all you have to do is do damage. I mean, you might have landed a punch, but you did no damage. So how would I know that that was actually a punch? Naruto's like, you're kidding, right? Tsunade's like, double or nothing. And from here, Naruto, bam, he blitzes out of there, lightning crackles, and he just begins to break his limits. Just like, that old lady dares to say I'm not strong. Well, we'll see who's not strong. He runs fast, and he's like halfway around the world when suddenly this portal opens in front of him. And he's like, what the?